So yeah, Shaman King. So yeah, are you ready for Chocolove?
I didn't know what to expect with Chocolove.
I felt like no one knew what to expect with Chocolove. Even I didn't quite remember what to expect from Chocolove. And boy, did I not expect this from Chocolove.
I wasn't expecting his goal to be like, I want to be a comedian. Which maybe you told me before, but I forgot.
I don't think I did. I think that part of him just completely escaped my mind.
Okay, well, so yeah. Apparently that's his goal, is to be like a really good comedian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, yeah, I'm just now realizing that, like, Hal's gloves are just giant Lego bricks. And now that you see it, you will never unsee it.
I have to be looking at a picture of Chocolove to see it.
No, Hal, not Chocolove.
Oh,
yeah, they're big red Legos.
Yeah, he's got weird Lego hand things. What's up with that?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So yeah, this is a weird episode in general. Like, it makes a bit more sense in, like, the structure of the manga, because you have, like, you have the Vision chapter, and then you have the How chapter, and the chapter where, like, big guy Bill gives his, like, final moment or whatever, and you have, like, the Chocolove chapter, but, like, for the anime, they just have to, like, shove all of it together, so it's just like, oh, yeah, alright.
This episode felt long.
Yeah, it feels, like, long and very poorly focused, basically, which is not really the anime's fault, but it's worth mentioning.
Yeah. So, it starts up where it left off, where Anna and Manta and, Tamao land, and they just run into Hal, who's just waiting for them.
Yeah, like, because remember last time we were speculating about, like, or are they gonna have to, like, hide the book from him, or is he go, like, is he go, like, threaten them or whatever? And it's like, no, Hal is completely on board with their plan.
Yeah, he's like, go give the book to Yo. He's too weak. I need him to be stronger.
Yo needs the book, like, right now, or he's not gonna survive the tournament. We need to, like, toughen him up, right? And Anna's like, I don't trust you for a second.
Yeah. And Hal's like, yeah, I need Yo to be stronger so he can help me. And it's like, what?
Yeah. I feel like the biggest part of this is that, like, Anna just has a moment where she just tries to slap Hal, and he just, like, grabs her hand super creepily. And does the whole, like, wall slam trick on her, where he's trying to, like, put the moves on her.
And she's like, I have another hand, though. Ow.
Yeah. It's like, good on you, Anna.
Yeah. But, Hal being the weirdo villain, he's like, that was cool.
Yeah, Hal's, like, super into it.
He's like, that hurt, but man, it was cool.
Yeah, he's like, man, Anna, you're the raddest. I want you. And she's like,
We'll be leaving now.
Yeah. It's like, this is not how I expected the slap to go, but alright.
Also, apparently the little kid who hangs out with Hal is obsessed with being the smallest.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what to think about that.
That was weird. I don't know.
Yeah, like, just, yeah, whatever. It's fine.
He's like, Hal does his how small thing, but then like Manta is in the party, so he thinks he's talking to him.
Yeah.
He might have been. I don't remember, but
I think he was like, oh yeah, aren't you small or something? And his little assistant just, like, gets all upset, and Hal's like, don't worry, you're still the smallest.
Yeah.
Weird gags all around.
Yeah.
This is an episode full of really weird gags.
At least with Chocolove, it makes sense when it happens, given his goals, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. This episode is weird.
It's a bit weirder coming out of, like, the main villains.
Yeah. So they head into the cave, and then it cuts back to Yo's party, and, like, Amidamaru is still upset about the Harusame being destroyed.
Yeah. Like, Yo seemingly just kind of forgets about that for a bit, because, I mean, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, like, Ryu's just, like, straight up carrying Big Guy Bill around. And, like, Lyserg's like, yeah, Yo, like, you kind of lost your only means of defense to save one of Hao's minions. Are you sure that was the right call? And they're like, nah, it's fine.
It's fine. We'll get it fixed when we get to the Patch Village.
Yeah. Like, for a second they're talking about, like, you know, whether or not they should, like, head back out and go to town, and they're like, nah, we're already too close.
Yeah.
You know, just fair enough. There's, like, I feel like there's not a lot they really, like, cut, but there is something I do want to point out. Just, like, a little weird detail they weirdly, like, omitted, which is that, like, Big Guy Bill is supposed to be, like, burned from the Archangels attacking him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, Horo mentions that, like, yo, like, his little spirit's, like, icing him up. And yeah, that's why, because his, like, face is, like, half burned off.
Okay, I didn't understand why it was like why where Horo was saying that I forgot what his little familiar is called, but he's like, yeah, her ice breath isn't going to keep him alive for long, but it didn't make any sense to me because I'm like, why would that matter?
Yeah, because for a second I'm like, oh, is she like a healer now? And it's like, no.
He's supposed to be horribly burned.
Yeah. It's this weird thing where it's like, I feel like it wouldn't cost them more just to draw the burns on him like it was in the manga, but I mean, they just kind of didn't, so it's a weird thing.
Well, it could be budget, but it could also be a ratings thing.
Yeah, because he didn't look, like, that bad in the manga, like, you know, right? Because, like, in the manga, you can see the markings, and, you know, it was kind of clear, but it also wasn't, like, you know, as bad as, like, you're kind of expecting. Like, he's not full, like, Two-Face or something, right?
Right. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's like, they could have probably, like, discolored his skin a bit or whatever, and that would probably, like, you know...
That would have got the point across.
Yeah. Very odd change.
Yeah, it could just be that they wanted to making him look burned would have raised the age rating or something. Because I guess this series is already pushing it a bit at some points.
That's the weird thing, because isn't this like a Netflix show?
I don't know. I mean, like in Japan.
Yeah,
I don't know.
In Japan, maybe.
Because like there's blood, man, and people get hurt and like dismembered, even if it's just an illusion.
Yeah, like it's weird because like people have gotten like stabbed and like drugged and shot and stuff, like basically. But at the same time, they're not showing Faust like removing his leg bone or anything weird like that. They're kind of like keeping it a bit tamer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Boy, like, I'm going to take a wild guess and, like, assume that Faust removing his own broken leg bone was not in the 4Kids dub.
Probably not.
I'm going to assume they skirted around that pretty hard. But yeah, they get Big Guy Bill, like, you know, down the stairs partway to the Patch Village. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll give you information. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be something important. And he's like, you're all being drawn to the celestial holy ground. And it's like, oh, alright, that's it.
That's it.
Okay, thanks, Bill, I guess.
And then Big Guy Bill dies.
Yeah, like, in the manga they specifically say passed out, but in the anime it's a bit more, like, ambiguous.
Oh, he's not dead?
Presumably not. He might have, like, died afterwards.
the way he slumps over and everything, it's like I got the very real impression that he died, and then like everybody's reaction to it.
Yeah, like it's implied he's not gonna last long either way.
But he's also like, "Oh, I'm the strongest of Hal's minions. I'll be fine," and then he passes out.
Yeah. It's all very odd. Very odd.
I don't know. I guess Big Guy Bill will be fine.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I get the impression we're never gonna see Big Guy Bill again.
yeah.
Man, how weird would it be if they're just like, if they learned about the team rule like before going into the patch village, and Yo's like, hey, Big Guy Bill, you should join our team. Because,
Yeah.
like, I feel like given the circumstances, maybe.
Well, like, does this suddenly leave Hal's group with like one member missing? Are they gonna have to replace him, or does this just happen to decrease the numbers so that it evens out?
They may have to replace him, but it's kind of hard to say, because, like, alright, how many people are in Hal's group, first off?
I don't know. There's been several group shots of his group, but I've never counted them.
Like, we got the Bose brothers, we have, like, some dude in, like, a hat somewhere who looks like a weird, like, Victorian guy or whatever. So that's, like, 3. We have, like, Hal and, like, you know, the little, like, black child, whatever his name is, Opiko or whatever, I think? Something like that, yeah. And we also have the Chinese guy with, like, you know, the big, like, plate on his back, so that's, like, 6. And we have the 3 girls, and they're, like, their own team, you know, with the, like, the pumpkin, the voodoo doll, and stuff. So we got 9 members, plus, like, the one maybe Egyptian dude in the robes.
I don't know.
Yeah, like, I think, like, the guy in the robes with, like, you know, Big Guy Bill and, like, you know, the other dude, Tempest Dracula, were supposed to be, like, the other team of their group, maybe. Like, that sounds right to me, at least. And that might be why they're so, like, unfazed by, you know, Dracula, like, killing the other guy. Because there's like, oh, well, you know, we need, like, a group of 3 anyways, it's no big deal.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the whole situation's kind of weird.
Yeah. I feel like even if, like, not all of Hal's members are split into even, like, 3-man groups, like, they'll probably be pretty fine with it as long as Hal keeps going, because, like, most of them have enough people anyways.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we're gonna lose, like, 1 or 2 guys. That's not really much of a big deal. Big Guy Bill's probably gonna be eliminated super hard, though.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't show up, then yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, before any of the team building happens, they actually arrive at the village, and they see a big, bright mass of light, and everybody passes out.
Yeah.
And we see a thing where Yo is seeing like the history of the world in like a vision.
Yeah, I do want to quickly mention, it's like, it's not exactly like every single person passes out, because, like, Rin is still awake, yeah.
It's a varying degree of intensity for people. Rin doesn't pass out and just stares at the thing.
Yeah, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, once you learn what it is, it's like, holy crap, Rin is powerful.
Yeah. Like, that can't be good for you. Because, like,
it's not even just like looking at it. Like, looking at it will make people pass out. But then Silva says it's also not a good idea to stare at it.
Yeah.
But stopping and staring at it is exactly what Rin did.
So everyone gets a glance at, like, the Great Spirit, and it gives them a bunch of, like, visions and stuff. And it's, like, directly stated that, like, if your spirit's not strong enough, just looking at the Great Spirit is enough to kill you.
Yeah, it's like, I think they say it's like 6.5 billion years of memory.
Yeah, something like 5.6 billion years.
Yeah, because what they're looking at is the great spirit is like a reincarnation cycle,
Yeah,
like all converged on one point.
it's literally God. It's just a big like vortex of souls from like every living spirit that's ever like walked on the earth, like just coming together. And like if you just gain it as an ally, presumably you just gain like all the memories, skills, and abilities of every single person and animal that's ever lived.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, this is the scale of like the great spirit and how powerful the Shaman King is.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it turns out the Shaman King is unbelievably, hilariously powerful.
Yeah, like there's a throwaway line in the manga where like, Silva quickly mentions like, oh yeah, one guy who obtained the Great Spirit previously just used its power to set off a bunch of volcanoes and he wiped out something like a third of the planet. And the anime just kind of skims over that hard.
Yeah.
It's like,
Uh,
holy crap.
yeah. Turns out all of everyone in Yo's group survived, although Lyserg took it harder than everyone else and probably almost died.
Yeah, like they very specifically mentioned that like the vision you get is like reflecting what's in your heart and like what's in your like, like
Your
genetic
belief.
memory and all this other weird stuff.
It's influenced by like basically your beliefs.
Yeah, it's influenced by like who you are and like your desires and stuff. So I imagine like Lyser got a really big healthy taste of like his hatred for Hal reflected back at him.
Or something.
Yeah.
It really messes up Lyserg.
Yeah, he's like he shows him A's in like a dark room with like heavy shadows on him. A's just crying while like glaring at the camera. A's like, I need to kill Hal.
Yeah, he's like, I can't die until I kill Hal.
Yeah, and I imagine that like for Ren, it seems like it just boosted his ego up like another 10 notches.
He does seem very cocky this episode.
Yeah, like as soon as Ren sees it, we see that he's just staring straight at A's like, oh, Subarashi. A's like, it's so wonderful. He's like, I will have it.
uh,
Like he's doing the whole villain thing. And afterwards he's like, oh, I like a team of 3 people. Alright, this is where we like leave sides, yo. I'm going to beat you.
Chocolove, you're with me. Ryu and Horo, you figure out who else is coming with me. I don't care.
Yeah. He just steals Horo from the group.
Yeah, because Ryu is like, I'm not on a team that doesn't have Lyserg. And by the way, Ryu's still doing the weird thing where he's like, I don't know. He has a weird thing for Lyserg. I don't get it.
It's very odd. Yeah, it's another thing about, like, Ryu was apparently one of the first people to wake back up after seeing the Great Spirit.
I could see it. Ryu seems like really strong-willed.
Yeah, like, it's been mentioned a lot that Ryu has, like, some pretty incredible potential, and, like, it doesn't always come through, but it's also like, oh, huh. Yeah, this is probably reflective of that.
Ryu's kind of a weirdo and a goofball, but he's really strong.
Yeah. Yeah, like, the only vision we really see for sure is Yo's, and it's weird.
Yeah, he's like flying through like the cosmos naked, looking at the history of Earth.
Yeah, like it's weird because like he sees like whales and like sea life in the ocean, and they sees like actual like boat ships in space, so spaceships.
I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just like the backdrop is all like in space and everything, just because it's it's like a wacky vision. It's like it's the cosmos or whatever.
It's like, is Yo supposed to be seeing the future and he's like trying to interpret it into like a form he's familiar with or something? It's
No, this world has airplanes and like freaking
it's
like modern cars. This is post space exploration.
it's very odd, and you see like a crocodile like shooting water out of its mouth like a friggin' Pokemon.
It's like a crazy spirit vision. It's not supposed to make sense,
Yeah.
or at
Yeah, the
least it's
reason I'm like
or at least it's supposed to make sense in a really abstract way.
yeah, because the reason I'm questioning this is because like we also see like two like fetuses like in the womb together, and it's like oh yeah, like Yo and How, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we get like a weird skeleton with like a bow and arrow and some like weird image of what seems like it might be a two-headed monster. This weird like black like soot image of like a thing on like a cave wall. It's like, huh.
I don't know.
Okay.
Like I said, it's probably like we're probably not supposed to like speculate on it. It's just a trippy vision that Yo has.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, it's like, how much of this stuff is going to make way more sense later on, right?
I don't know. Probably none of it.
Yeah. Very, very odd. Very interesting. Oh yeah,
So yeah,
also Silva just sort of offers Yo like banana and fish juice and drinks it in front of him. Like a
yeah.
complete douche.
Well, Yo goes back and stares at the Great Spirit again, and Silva like blocks his view, and he's like, "You need to not be staring at it."
Yeah, Yo, please don't. This you can't. And he just
And then,
drinks the juice.
yeah, Yo's just like, "Hey, wait, that was my soup."
Yeah.
I don't know. Yo's fine. We also see Lyserg with it, with like that cup of like fish and banana crap.
Oh yeah, we do, don't we?
Yeah, but it's just like I guess he spilled it, but I guess that helped
Oh
him
man.
recover from the horrible experience he had.
Oh no, the juice. Yeah,
Must
we
have
also
must have been real awkward when Silva like. I guess he didn't meet up or he didn't like pick up Ren because Ren was fine. But it's like, oh yeah, that's right. You're the kid who killed his instructor.
yeah. Oh man, that's
which after the character like after Ren's like change, I'm sure he's very sorry for.
yeah. I feel like Ren's not in the mood to apologize to people right now.
But still, I'm just saying, if it came up, I'm sure Ren would be like apologetic for it at least.
Yeah. Like I feel like before he like went to stare at the Great Spirit, he would have probably been more apologetic. Like absolutely, Ren seems like he's going in like a downward spiral right now, just like Lyserg.
I mean, like he said, it's like, oh, we're all gonna fight it anyway. So, like, I don't think it's like, oh, he's going downward and he's gonna be like very villainous or whatever. It's like,
Yeah, I think he's going more into like the rival path.
Yeah, it's like, well, they're gonna have to fight anyways. It doesn't do Ren any good to get all like hooked up on like, oh, but they're my friends. It's like, no, this is a competition. I need to win.
Yeah, is this the birth of Majin Ren?
No.
Oh man,
Lyserg is screwed, right? Like, I know it's like a 3-person like tournament, but eventually it's got to come down to like 1 versus 1 because there can only be one winner, right?
Yeah.
How does Lyserg hope to win this whole thing?
Good question. Maybe we'll find strong allies.
Well, no, because he's gonna have to fight alone in the end.
Well, I mean, yeah, in the end. But that's gonna be a ways away.
I'm just saying, it's like even if they beat Hal and he's not even a threat anymore, like he has to contend with Yo, Ren, Horo, Ryu.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like Lyserg's not gonna be able to make it until the final round.
Yeah, among their group, Lyserg definitely seems like the weakest.
Yeah. Yo specifically like tells us as much, right? And that was like before everyone else got their power-ups.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Lyserg kind of it kind of proves itself in this episode. Lyserg's the only one to almost like seemingly die from it, from seeing the Great Spirit. It's like, oh yeah, Lyserg's weak.
So question, do you think Lyserg's gonna stick with the team?
Maybe, but I feel like if
Maybe.
anyone goes full heel turn, it'll be Lyserg.
Yeah, I'm distinctly getting the impression that, like, he's looking at those X laws and he's like, man, these people sure are great. And he's looking at Yo and he's like, oh, he's sparing the like followers of my enemy, and I hate that.
Yeah,
It's like,
Lyserg has a moment where everything goes from like really sad and hopeless to like like happy and lighthearted, and Lyserg's like Yo's personality just changes everything instantly, and I'm scared of that.
yeah, he's very specifically like, I don't want him to change me too. Like,
Yeah,
he don't want to lose that lust for revenge. He needs to like hold on to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Speaking of team members, yeah, Chocolove finally appears.
yeah, he's just hanging out with his jaguar spirit named Mick Jaguar.
Yeah. I wonder if that's a reference to something. Could it possibly be?
This was, and he introduces his jaguar after he's like said all these puns and stuff, and then after he introduced his jaguar's name, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what this character is.
Yeah.
Like the puns are like his character,
Like, I
and
felt
there's
like
some weird puns.
I don't get the style of humor where it's like, I'm sure this makes sense to like people in Japan stuff, and because like, I know they really like this type of humor, otherwise it won't be in everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I don't get the like idea behind like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do like wordplay and like, that's the joke.
Well,
It's like,
it's not just wordplay; it's wordplay in different languages.
yeah, it's like,
Somebody says "kami" for God. I don't remember what it is specifically. And then Chocolove like has like a woman's top on, and he goes "kami soul,"
yeah.
and then he gets hit, which is also a running gag. Every time he does a dumb pun, somebody hits him.
And this is like a thing, like just a couple series where it's like, so it'll be like, oh hey, it sounds like this, right? And it'll be like, is this really that funny, or is the joke that it's terrible and everyone hates it? Like, it it's very like weird to me. I don't understand the Japanese love of puns.
Yeah, it seems to be tied to like a combination of kanji for certain things looks like other things, or sound, or like one thing sounds like another but has a completely different meaning. Uh,
Yeah, because this is like definitely giving me some mixed messages. Because, like,
well, it
oh
could just
yeah, tournament sounds like permanent.
yeah, I forgot about that one. Tournament sounds like permanent. And like Ren is like, "What's your name?" And he goes, "Chocolove," and then he hits him, and he's like, "Is that your?" Or like, no, he like jabs him in the nose with his spear.
Yeah.
It's like, "Is that your real name?" And he's like, "Of course it is."
Yeah, speaking of, like, they definitely made his nose smaller and his lips way smaller.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's.
which I don't know. The nose thing wouldn't even seem all that weird to me, just because like anime
Yeah.
characters with big noses is just a thing.
Like, in this series at least, I'd absolutely understand why they would have did that in the first place. Because, like, look at all the weird, goofy character designs we've had so far, and we're, like, introduced to an actual comic relief character whose, like, whole thing is they're, like, doing jokes. And it's like, okay, yeah. Like, of course they went extra cartoony, and boy, did
Mm,
that not work out well.
Yeah. Well, the original iteration of Chocolove in the manga was straight up racist.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, let's not mince words here.
Yeah. Now it could be that the creator of the manga like actually didn't know better, because it's possible to believe that. Like
Yeah, I'm willing to like believe they like just didn't know better. because there's been so many characters, like especially in the manga and like the backgrounds and stuff, that have just been like, just straight up like, like direct racial stereotypes, and they're just like, oh yeah, this is fine, right?
Yeah, and hey, if anyone's watching and they know of the history of this mangaka, and they're like, oh no, he knows better, he's just racist.
Yeah,
we don't know.
I'd prefer not to think that if I had the choice, like, because I
We're just
know that
giving,
it's like it's a different culture.
yeah, we're giving the benefit of the doubt because we don't know.
Oh jeez, like I know I showed it to you once. Did you watch that video clip I posted on the Discord?
The one you posted today.
No, a bit ago. Whereas, like, there's some random slice of live anime where, like, the girls are just sitting around and they're, like, trying to act like soul singers, and they're just straight up doing blackface.
Uh,
And it's like, it's played like super straight, like, oh yeah, we're trying to be like, those hot, like, church soul singers or whatever. And it's like, oh boy, do the people behind the show not know what they're doing? Holy crap.
yeah, I don't know.
It's like, it's the most blatant I've ever seen it. It's so wild.
Because I know that there's like a ganguro thing where it's not supposed to be like racist. It's just like
Yeah,
they're
this
imitate. It's like Japanese girls imitating like California. I think it's more intended to be like Californians, like tanned Californians.
No, like this clip is like they're specifically talking about soul singers, and they specifically
Yeah.
show a picture of like a black girl with an afro, and they're like powdering their faces to look black.
Okay.
It's like, holy crap. You really went all out there, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ugh.
Yeah, there are people who don't know better in Japan, and then there's like actually
Yeah.
racism.
Hey, like if you're in like America, please don't do that. Like unlike other cultures, I know for a fact we do know better. Just don't. History is not like good for that type of thing, if you know what I mean. Like there is a legacy behind this that's pretty bad.
Yeah. All of
Uh,
that, all of that aside, oh
so
gosh,
Chocolove, thumbs up or thumbs down?
I mean, he's weird. We'll see.
Yeah, alright.
Like,
I'm
I don't. There's not enough to go off of right now. All we know is that he keeps himself very well informed, so that he's like and that's why he knows about the upcoming 3-man tournament, and that everybody needs to get together for groups, and
yeah.
Hal is the one to beat, and that there's two separate, entire separate groups there solely to beat Hal.
Yeah, there's like the Buddhist group and the X-Laws.
Yeah. And then he's like, I don't have a team. I need a team to join. That's why I'm approaching you guys.
Oh man, I get the feeling that like the Buddhist group is gonna go down hard. I feel like, the fact that they haven't been mentioned yet, like, they're gonna
Yeah,
show up for like one thing and they're gonna get wrecked by like the X-Laws or something.
yeah, the fact that they have no screen time. Meanwhile, we had like the big show off moment of all the X-Laws angels and like their
Yeah.
big thing. It's like the X-Laws are going to be way more of a thing unless the other group gets like their own episode at some point.
Yeah, like we seem to be focusing like all the attention on like House group right now, which I mean makes sense, but also like that don't give me much confidence in these other teams.
Yeah. By the way, this I looked it up near the beginning when you were like, "Oh, Faust probably didn't like remove his leg bone and replace it in the original." I found a clip. It's the Japanese audio. It's not the 4Kids dub, but
Yeah.
I,
If
I
it
found I found Yo versus Faust from the original series.
Oh dang. I'd
It's
be
almost
interested in like seeing what that's like.
it's almost 10 minutes long. which I guess
Right,
makes
huh?
sense. The whole episode might have been focused on it.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that kind of makes sense. They probably, like, condensed it down for the video.
Also, the quality is pretty awful, but that's to be expected.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, geez. The quality's 240p max.
oh no, oh no. Oh,
Yeah.
that's not good at all.
Yeah. But yeah, so, sorry, I sidetracked us. Anna, Manta, and Tamal actually arrive at the Patch Village at some point.
Yeah.
Yo and friends are like looking at souvenirs, and
I I feel like the more I'm just staring at the screen, the more I'm starting to get the impression that as a kid I might have just liked effing Chocolove because he had a cool Jaguar stand.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
It's a
We
pretty
haven't
cool Jaguar.
we haven't seen it, like he hasn't like fought with it or anything, but he poses with
Yeah.
it.
The fact that he's just posing with a little, like, kitty spirit and it's like an effing, like, leopard is sick.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll see it in action later.
Yeah.
Um,
I hope Chocolove is a disappointment.
yeah. But yeah, they're at like the Patch Village, like souvenir shop basically, and like
I
you just hear to the side like this guy's like, yeah, check out this Patch Village like keychain. It's $380, and Anna like slaps down 380 yen. She's like, that's how much I'll pay for it.
I want to ask a very serious question.
Hmm.
How are they expecting to, like, sell souvenirs to people in a town where, like, most people can't enter or they'll die?
I don't know. I guess they're
I
specifically. I guess
yeah,
they're
like,
specifically trying to sell to the shamans who show up.
did they specifically, like, put up and man this stand just to, like, grief the shaman competitors?
Yes, I would assume that's why they're trying to get people to spend so much, is because it's not a good business.
Oh no.
And Anna's like,
Oh
it's a key.
no.
Yo is like, no, don't be so cheap. And Anna's like, it's a keychain.
They're literally like looking at all these foreigners who don't know the value of $1 and they're like, hey, here's this overpriced trinket.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, we went a little out of order. It's at this point that Chocolove does show up, like after they meet up with Anna.
Yeah. I just wanted to Chocolove out of the way.
I'm not quite sure I understand how Manta didn't die. He says something about not how, Yo's dad being here?
Does he? I don't think I caught that.
I'll pull up the episode again and find the scene, but I swear is like, oh, it's a good thing Yo's dad was here, I would have died. Because as soon as they mention it, it's like, oh, the Great Spirit will kill you if you look at it. And I'm like, how did Manta survive?
Yeah, because I guess, like, the R3 aren't really, like, chosen shamans. They're just sort of, like, off to the side. Although they would make an interesting 3-man team. Got, like, someone who can just, like, steal your spirit. You have, like, you know, someone who has, like, one oversoul that's just a ranged weapon, and a kid who can't actually do anything, but he's got a big dictionary, so he can, like, look up facts and stuff.
Yeah. If Yokun's father wasn't here, I don't know what would have happened to me.
Yeah, that's odd. I don't remember that.
Have we seen Yo's dad?
I don't believe so, just his grandpa.
Okay, that's what I thought. Also, I don't know, there's a point that near the beginning where, Hal is like, oh yeah, oh geez, what was it? He's talking about the people who defeated his Shikigami, and he's talking about how like the Asakuras did it, but it's like, wait, that's not what happened. Anna did it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have the exact
Yeah.
a quote or anything. Like, I don't know, you could look it up.
Yeah, I could
It
probably,
doesn't
like,
matter.
yeah. Yeah, a lot of really weird little, like, stuff in this episode. This is a very strange, disjointed episode, honestly.
Yeah. But, oh, I guess it is interesting that, like, everything about Hal is, like, just common knowledge among shamans, I guess.
Yeah, like,
To the
it
point where
literally
there's
seems like, in, like, all these events that, like, Yo's group specifically are, like, always the only people to not know about things.
despite the fact that Yo is the one who would have the closest connection to Hal.
Yeah, because, like, Chocolove knows all about, like, the, like, other types of groups and, like, Gungara and stuff. And, like, Lyser knew all about, like, Hal and stuff beforehand. And there's, like, Lily Rara, which, like, of course she would know, but yeah, also she, like, knows about all this stuff, too.
Well, it's part of her culture and history, basically.
Yeah, it's like, every time we seem to meet a new person, they're just like, oh yeah, I already know about this, but did you know about this thing? And everyone has a big surprised reaction to it. Like, it's weirdly consistent. But yeah, so, like, Yofi meets back up with Anna. There's, like, a bit where Oz just like, oh, you're gonna have to, like, become stronger, or, I might be taken away. And
Oh,
Yo's
yeah.
like, oh, yeah, that'd be a bummer.
Yeah, because Anna's always saying, like, I will be the wife of the Shaman King. That doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be Yo.
Yeah.
And it seems like she's determined to stick to that. Although she is like, it is worth noting that she's like, oh, but Yo's gonna win, so whatever.
Yeah, that's why she's, like, so determined to make Yo win, because she's engaged to the Shaman King, not him specifically.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, take this crap seriously, man. You're my best option.
Yeah. By the way, I speculated that, like, oh, Anna's gonna have to, like, fight Hal or something, and I'm glad it kind of happened, and I'm glad that she kind of won.
Yeah.
Because it's like she slaps Hal and then they walk away.
Yeah, Hal's like, man, that's the first person who slapped me since my mother. And you're just
Yeah.
like, wait, aren't you reincarnated with all your memories? What the crap did you do? Was it like an abusive household? What? I feel like you can't leave that hanging, man.
Or Hal's always been a bad kid.
I feel like that's probably more the explanation. Like, like, I could imagine Hal just murdering a puppy for fun or something, and his mom's like, oh no, don't do that, whap.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, like, everyone's kind of getting their teams and, like, forming together and stuff. But we got, like, one last big surprise for the episode.
Forgot what it is.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, like, did I forget something? Did something else happen?
Yeah, like, Faust is back.
Yeah, okay, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Manta goes outside and, like, Faust is just sitting there, like, singing.
Yeah. It's like there's no other context to this. It's just like, oh hey, look, Faust is a thing again. And he's, like, in a wheelchair, horribly mangled up with, like, casts all over his body. But I mean, he is back.
Yeah. Now, Manta, I know that there's, like, not a thing right now where it's like, oh, I have to, like, screw over somebody to throw off Yo or whatever. But if I was Manta, I would turn around and walk back inside.
Yeah, the last time Manta met, like, Faust, he, like, cut him open down to, like, the muscle.
Yeah.
And that was, like, I guess, like, to be fair, he's in a wheelchair now, so it'd be a bit harder for him to do that, but still.
I mean, he could probably still summon skeletons.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Grab Manta. The thing about being a necromancer is you don't have to do much of anything on your own.
Yeah, that's actually pretty true. Also pretty rad.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I have to imagine this is literally like the aftermath of him just falling out of the plane, but the anime skipped that, so.
They might be setting up a flashback.
Yeah, maybe. If they have a flashback where it shows him falling out of the plane and breaking every bone in his body, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, because it might be like, Faust, how did you get here? And then flashback.
Yeah. I just need the anime to acknowledge that that happened in, like, some way, shape, or form, right?
It'd probably be a good, like, yes, it would be good if they explained why Faust is here, how he got here.
Yeah, because he was just on that jet and they skipped it over so hard. It's just like, yeah, I just drug myself up so I could survive the fall because of course.
Yeah.
Jeez, like, Faust's life must be hell, like, having to, like, recover from all these injuries all the time. Because I'm just imagining, like, how just, like, horrific that would be to go through as, like, a recovery.
I just assume he's constantly doped up on morphine.
Yeah. That's honestly probably about right. Like, if Faust isn't drugged up on morphine, then there's probably something wrong going on.
Yeah, or he just doesn't care. He's like one of those weirdo characters that like, oh, I don't care, or he likes it.
Yeah, I could see him being like a weird masochist. Like, he definitely did seem to have, like, plussed about his leg getting broken and having to, like, cut into his flesh to, like, shove in a new femur.
Yeah. And considering like your femur getting broken is like one of the worst things you can break.
Yeah. Cause like he definitely did heal it back up in like 5 minutes or something, but still, holy crap. That must have been horrible to walk on after the drugs wore off. Like whoever he does this crap, does his skin just heal back super fast too? Cause like, geez,
Well,
blood loss and all.
Well, if you look at his body, he's got like stitched like artificial skin. It looks like.
Yeah, is he just like replacing his skin with like dead tissue? Maybe? I'd buy it. That seems like weirdly on brand for this character. But yeah. So like, any final thoughts, I guess?
Nah, not really. I'm just glad like we can get back on track with the show.
I'm glad Faust is back. I'm glad we seem to be heading into the Faust redemption arc.
Oh,
Because
jeez.
why else would this be like a stinger, right?
It's such a weird. it's such a weird thing to be like, hey, look, it's Faust, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh boy, it's Faust.
Yeah, that heroic, like, good guy who tried to, like, murder out of rage when he insulted his wife.
Yeah.
The guy that's, like, infamous for killing every opponent he faced in the shaman fight up to that point.
Yeah, what is it? Yo called her a doll.
Yeah, and he got super ticked off at it.
Yeah.
Just like, like the last time we saw Faust talk about Yo, he was like, oh, I hope both Yo and Rin die for spiting me last round, haha.
Yeah, it's very on brand for Faust, as far as I can tell. I hope they both die. I hate them.
Oh man. Like, we gotta shove in either Faust or like Lyserg. It's gotta be one or the other, right?
It would be weird if we have like two separate like villains like that aren't Hal.
Like Ryu leaves the team and it's just Yo, Lyserg, and Faust.
No, we can't. Ryu can't be a bad guy. I'd be so sad.
No, I mean, like, Faust just forces his way into the party and Ryu has to, like, leave to join someone else.
Oh, that would suck. I definitely want Ryu to be in like the main group, even if it means it has to be Team Lyserg.
Oh man. This totally feels like that situation where you get a new like party member in an RPG and you just look at like your character slots and it's like, oh well, I mean like Tifa's great, so I don't want to get rid of her, but also Vincent's really cool and I also like Barrett. So hey Barrett, I guess you're gonna go walk for a bit.
Yeah, for Dragon Quest, like you start the game and you have the main character and Eric, and then you get Sylvando, who has like a billion spells and skills that all do a bunch of cool stuff. Eric can steal from monsters, not even boss monsters, just like random normal monsters.
Yeah. I like, who's gonna go up Sylvando?
I've heard people say like, "Oh, Sylvando's like a noob trap," and like he falls off. But it's like, I don't know. When I got Sylvando, he's incredible.
Yeah, that Sylvando sounds pretty strong. He sounds pretty good early on.
He has like skills that recover status, and I think he can heal and cast regen, and like,
yeah,
Sylvando's amazing. Although I think I replaced Sylvando anyways.
Yeah. Man, like, Ryu has to stay with the party, right? He's gotta.
Yeah, I would hope so.
But we also have to eventually get to Faust, like, being a good guy somehow or another.
Yeah, which is the weirdest, like, redemption that they could do.
Man, I'm excited to see where this goes. I don't remember how they do it. I'm up for it. I love Faust. Faust is great.
I like his design. I like his, like, the whole necromancer thing is cool. Like, he reminds me of, he's like a combination of not even a combination. He's like freaking like Dr. Stein from Soul Eater.
Yeah, he's Stein, but he's not like overpowered, and he just fights smart, which means he's like on everyone else's level, right?
Yeah.
Like by this point, Yo would probably be like way stronger than him, honestly.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but that just makes it more interesting, I think.
Well, even back when he first fought him, wasn't the whole sentiment that's like, oh yeah, Yo's stronger than Faust. It's just Faust is very smart.
Yeah, and that was before he went on like an entire spirit journey to get an upgraded Oversoul.
Yeah.
So yeah, Yo would be so far beyond this guy right now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like, I guess anything else we really want to go into?
No, not really.
Alright, I guess I'll see you around then.
Later.
Later.